Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mili Kulsresht and you are watching Erudite Chemistry, and today's lecture is about S block. So let's start the S block element. It's very important and it's very easy also. First of all, we have to understand the location of S block element in the periodic table. Okay, we know that as the entire table is divided into 4 blocks, that is first and second group are included in S block. So this is S block including first group and second group. These elements are called S block element. The rest of the things are like third to 12th group. That is from here third group started to the 12th group we have D block element. After that we have P block element which is starting from the 13th group and ending to the 18th group. So these elements which are kept in this particular area 13th to 18th group, these are called P block element, and the D block elements are kept at the downside in two rows, two separate rows of 14 elements which are also known as lanthanoids and actinoids. So this is the basic structure of periodic table. This is called F block. Okay, so we have divided our periodic table into 4 blocks: S 1 and 2, P 13 to 18 group, D third group to 12th group, and F two different rows, two separate rows outside the table. So this is F block. So S, P and D and F block elements are there. But today we will be discussing S block element, so we'll concentrate on that only. So here it is, group 1, group 2. I have written down the name of these elements only so that we can concentrate on them. While looking at the position, one thing we can understand here, that is these elements are metals. How do we know that? We have learnt in the periodic classification of element that the metallic character decreases from left to right. So if the metallic character decreases from left to right, these elements which are kept on the left hand side are the best metal in their respective periods. And periods, we know that we are starting these elements from the second period. First period where we have only hydrogen and helium. From the second period, our elements are starting like lithium, beryllium, we have boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. So this way our elements are distributed in the various groups in a single period. This is the structure of our table. I am writing down these elements separately here, and then I will go for the electronic configuration of these elements. Okay. So here we have the elements of the first group. Okay. Now we have to write down their configuration, electronic configuration. But electronic configuration के लिए क्या चाहिए? Atomic number. Atomic number we need to know for the electronic configuration. So let's write down the electronic configuration. But before that, write down the atomic number of these elements: 3 lithium, 11 sodium, 19 potassium, 37 rubidium. What about that cesium and francium? Because these are the higher element, we used to forget it, and it is very normal that we cannot learn all the elements with their atomic number. So practically it is not possible for all the students. So there is a hint for you so that you can calculate, you can find out the atomic number of all the elements, and you don't need to go for a learning pattern. Just look at the table. Let's find out why after the lithium there is sodium 11. So let's start from the lithium. Here you are having lithium. Okay. अब lithium के बाद what we are moving, like we know that atomic number are in the increasing order in the periodic table. So if I am starting from the lithium and the atomic number of lithium is 3, I have to move this way in the second period. First of all, the second period will be filled, and then the third period will start, because the second period is indicating second shell and first period is indicating first shell. So every period is indicating the shell. So once the shell is completed, then another shell will start. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि if I am there in the lithium, I have to first fill the period of lithium, that is second period, and then only I will be able to come in the sodium. तो क्या करना है? What is the difference between the sodium and lithium atomic number? That will depend on how many elements are there in that particular period. And can you see the structure of the periodic table? In the second period, there are 1, 2, 3, 2 from the S block and 6 elements from the P block. So this is 2 plus 6 element. So there are 8 elements which we have to fill first, and then we can move to the sodium. So what is the difference between the lithium and sodium? The atomic number of lithium plus 8. So this will make the atomic number of sodium. Let's move to the next. Sodium के बाद we have to move to potassium. But because the sodium is the member of the third period, so before reaching to potassium, we have to complete this third period. And in third period, how many groups are there? Let's see. First group, second group, and 13 to 18 group. So 2 plus 6. So 2 plus 6, that is 8 ka difference again will be there. So if you add 8 to the atomic number of sodium, you will get the atomic number of potassium. So what is that? 19. And now we are reaching to fourth period. After the fourth period, when the fourth period will be completed, then only we will be able to reach to the fifth one. But uske liye we have to add the atomic number of these all elements. That is, the number of electrons are increasing this way. Atomic number is increasing this way. जब ये complete होगा, then only we will reach to the fifth period. तो क्या होगा? 2 elements from the S block, फिर 10 elements from the D block, and then 6 elements from the P block. Okay, so 10 plus 2 plus 6, that is 18. Add 18 number you have to add to the atomic number of potassium so that you can get the atomic number of rubidium. So plus 18 kariye, what is that? 37. So the atomic number of rubidium is 37. So this is, now we are in the fifth period. Now the next one is cesium. But for the cesium we have to complete this row. That is, again we have to add 2 plus 10 plus 6, that is 18. Means I am going to add more 18. Then I will get the atomic number of cesium. And what is that? 37 plus 18 becomes 55. So this is the atomic number of cesium. So now we are in the sixth period. And if I want to write down the atomic number of francium, for writing the atomic number of francium, we have to move this way in the sixth period. And we know in the periodic table we have learned this thing, that in the third group of sixth period there is an element called lanthanum. We know this, lanthanum is here. Okay, and after the lanthanum 14 elements are kept outside, okay, which are in the F block. So this we have to include, yani the atomic number is increasing this way, 55 ke baad 56, and then 14 element. So we have 2 from the S block, then we have 14 elements from the F block, then we have 10 elements from the D block, and then we have 6 elements from the P block. Okay, so total of these is 32. That means I have to add 32 to the 55 so that we can make the atomic number of francium. So 32 plus 55 becomes 87. So this 87 is the atomic number of francium, and we are now in the 7th period. So this way we will be adding the number of electrons in the increasing order. We have arranged the table. Huh? Atomic number is increasing this way. So इस तरीके से you can easily find out the atomic number of all the elements there. Whether you learn it, if you are learning it, it's very good. But if you can't learn it, you can find out the atomic number of these elements. So now this part is done. Okay. Now if this part is done, we can easily write down the electronic configuration. Okay, electronic configuration. So I am starting from lithium. The configuration is 1s2 and 2s1, 3 electrons filled. Sodium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Done. Next is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, and 4s1. Now when we go for rubidium, lots of electrons are there, and I will need a lot of space to write down and lot of time also. So uska liye we have a solution. And what is that solution? Rather than writing down 1s2, can I write down this way? Helium, the configuration, this this bracket is indicating the configuration of helium is completed, and then we have to go for 2s1. So I can write down the configuration of lithium this way, because it is showing here. This helium is indicating that the inner shells are completed, and then outermost shell configuration, which is important, is mentioned here. Okay. The next is sodium, and sodium ke configuration mein which element we have to complete? That is neon. This neon, and this neon, after this neon only we can reach to the sodium, because neon is the member, it is the last member of the second period. जब तक neon fill नहीं होगा तब तक हम sodium पे नहीं जा सकते. So once the inner shell is completed, this is now the second shell, and this is the third shell. So if the second shell is completed, then only we can reach to the sodium ना. तो neon को complete करके sodium का outermost shell electronic configuration we can write down. And what is neon? Neon is, atomic number of neon is 10. So this is 6 plus 2 plus 2. So here I can write down this as neon configuration completed, and then 3s1. So or what I can say here is, to save the time, we can replace the inner core electrons, all the shells, we can replace them with the noble gas configuration. And it is important to note here, you should know what is the noble gas before that element, before that period. Na? So here I am writing down all the noble gases to fill this 18th group: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Okay. After that we will get the francium, so we don't need to write down the name of this element. So let's start with this. So for writing down the potassium, we need to complete the element before the potassium, and before the potassium we have argon. So argon completed, potassium fourth shell started. Fourth shell is this one. So I can write down this configuration as argon completed, fourth shell में S में 1 electron. This way. If I have to write down the rubidium, rubidium से पहले we have to complete the octet of the krypton. Okay. So this is what krypton completed, and then we have to start the fifth shell, and fifth shell के S में there is 1 electron. So this is the electronic configuration of rubidium, and then we have to reach to the cesium. Cesium के पहले xenon has to be completed. So this is what xenon completed. Sixth shell started. In s orbital there is 1 electron. Same way francium. Francium के लिए radon is completed. 7 shell is started. S orbital में 1 electron. So these are the electronic configuration of s block. Okay. S block, not S block. This is the electronic configuration of first group of S block. A first group of S block. Why it is called first group? Because in the S orbital, can you see there? In all the S orbital, we are getting only 1 electron. So the S block elements are those here, because in all of them, the last electron is entering into S orbital. That is why it is called S block. But just because there is only 1 electron in the last S orbital, that is why this is kept in the first group. So in the S orbital there are two scopes, that either there is 1 electron, as in case of first group. So this is why it is kept in the first group. Or in the other side we can have the atomic number of beryllium, magnesium. So this is 4, this is 12, 20, this is 38. We are just moving to the right hand side, so I am adding only 1. So there is no issue for this to calculate it in the same way that we have done earlier. No? So this is what? 38, this is 55, so this is 56, this is 87, so it is 88. Okay, the configuration will become as, we have completed these noble gases configuration. So if I go for the configuration of second group element, what I can do? I am writing it here. I am starting from beryllium. Look at this, beryllium is 4, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. Now this is 12, potassium is 19, so next one is 20, rubidium is 37, so strontium is after rubidium, so this is 38, barium is 56, next radium is 88. Okay, now write down the electronic configuration. So again it becomes obvious. I am starting from the beryllium. Beryllium here is 4 because it is after lithium. So I am writing down 4 here. सोडियम के बाद मैग्नीशियम, सो सोडियम इज 11 तो मैग्नीशियम इज 12. पोटेशियम के बाद कैल्शियम, पोटेशियम इज 19 तो कैल्शियम विल बी 20. आफ्टर दैट रुबिडियम एंड स्ट्रोंशियम तो इट इज 38. दैट आफ्टर दैट सीजियम के बाद बेरियम तो इट इज 56 एंड देन फ्रेंसियम के बाद रेडियम एंड इट इज 88. So there is no issue for calculation of atomic number of these elements because they are afterwards they will be continuous. So we don't need to do that calculation again and again. Okay. So once you are in that period, you can continuously move in that period till you don't complete that. So you will be stopping only at the 18th group, and this 18th group is important just because when this will be completed, then only you will be able to reach to the next period. You know? So let's start with it. So let's do the configuration. If it is 4, 1s2, 2s2. But we all know that we are replacing this inner shell configuration with the noble gas. So what is noble gas here? Helium and 2s2. In the same way, magnesium के केस में क्या होगा? Magnesium से पहले we have to complete this neon ना, तो this is neon configuration plus 3s2. After that, calcium से पहले we have to complete argon, so the argon configuration plus 4s2. And after that, we have to complete the krypton configuration and 5s2. After that, we have to complete xenon configuration and 6s2. And after that, the last one is radon configuration and 7s2. So there are two groups in the s block. That is, first group having 1 electron in the s orbital and second group having 2 electron in the s orbital. If I want to write down the general electronic configuration for the s block element, so all of you have seen here that the general electronic configuration is representing the nth shell. Nth means either it is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever the shell is. Outermost shell configuration should remain same. So here this n is representing outermost shell. So the s block element general configuration will be ns, means outermost shell की whatever the shell is, outermost shell की s orbital में either it is 1 electron or there is 2 electron. So this is the general configuration of s block element. But if I go for first group element का configuration or second group element का configuration, what is it? What will be the difference? In both the cases, ns1 it may be the possibility and ns2 is also a possibility. If your configuration is ns1, your element belongs to first group, and if your configuration is ns2, your element belongs to second group. So the general configuration of first group element ns1, general configuration of second group element ns2, general configuration of all s block element is ns1 to 2. So this is how we can justify the position of these elements in the periodic table, and we can justify that because these elements, all these first group elements having 1 electron in the outermost shell, they have tendency to lose one, and that is why they are the best element in their respective periods. Same way, if they go for these elements again are having the tendency to lose the electron, but just because they are having 2 electron in the outermost shell, their tendency is somewhat lesser than the s block element. So they are also metals, but not as good as the s block element, as the first group elements are. So they are also very good metals, but the tendency of metallic character decreases this way. Okay, and one more important thing, that these all elements, we know that lithium form LiOH, sodium forms NaOH, potassium form KOH. So these all elements form hydroxides when they are dissolved in water, and these hydroxides are soluble in the water, and that is why these metals are called alkali metals. So please do remember that the first group elements are also known as alkali metals. I am writing down here what is the another name of these metals, alkali metals. Okay, so because they form alkali with water, they form a strong alkali with the water. Alkali means the water soluble bases are called alkali, and we know that sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, rubidium hydroxide, these all are soluble in the water. In the second period also, magnesium hydroxide, very common base, Calcium hydroxide, very common base. Strontium hydroxide is a common base, and these bases are also soluble in water. Not as much soluble, but they are also soluble in the water, so they are also called alkali. But these are not named as alkali because the name will be same otherwise, so they are called alkaline earth metal. Alkaline earth metal. The second group elements are known as alkaline earth metal. Earth metal means because they are found in the earth crust. We know that calcium, magnesium, these calcium, magnesium, strontium, these are found in bulk in the earth crust. बहुत मिलते हैं earth crust में. That is why their name is earth metal, alkaline earth metal. Alkaline means form the water soluble bases. Earth means existing in the earth crust. So that is why these are the two common names of the first group element and second group element. So I hope now you know what are s block element. Now you know how to find out the atomic number of the elements and how to do the electronic configuration, because electronic configuration is the basic thing which will be deciding the characteristic of these elements. So please understand the electronic configuration. In the next video we will go for the next topic, and the topic is anomalous behavior of the lithium and the anomalous behavior of beryllium. Anomalous behavior means the behavior which they show is different from the rest of the element present in their group. If you like this video, hit the like button, share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.